Baga. And those two were constant. Thank you so much for being there for Honorable Ssegirinya. Right, Honorable Speaker, I met Ssegirinya when I was still a journalist. And this is what I wanted to say about Ssegirinya. The Honorable Ssegirinya was very authentic, he was real, he was genuine, he was honest, even in times of his need. Because when I met him, he used to call on radio stations as Dobozire Chebando. And one time when I was doing a story about those radiophone callers, I spoke to him, I spoke to Makolo Kavuma and Dubachoya. And he was demonstrating to me about what they used to do to get through, because I was asking them, how come you people are so constant on the radio stations? And he showed me about 8 phones. He would call at the same time, whichever went through first, he would speak. That was Ssegirinya. Then, I remember the time he used to be with Dr. Kizza Besigye. In fact, it's very sad that Colonel Kizza Besigye is in prison, because Ssegirinya was always with Colonel Kizza Besigye. And then he would come to me. At a certain point, I was an editor of a TV station. So he would come to me and beg. And kindly, let me finish.
Honorable members, we have run out of time because the body must go for Juma prayers.
I thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Yes.
I take this opportunity to appreciate you, your office, the office of the Leader of Opposition.
That is the size, yes.
And all honorable colleagues, members of Parliament, for standing with the Honorable Ssegirinya during this moment.
Thank you.
Every one of you has appreciated the works of Honorable Ssegirinya. But I want to remind you that that is the responsibility of government. Right Honorable Speaker, we should put appropriate resources in the area of medical. He has bought CT scans. That is not our responsibility. This is why we are suffering out there. That is social corporate responsibility that you should do at leisure. So government should take on its responsibility of doing basic services to this government. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. May his soul rest in eternal peace.
Thank you, Honorable Semakula, Honorable Minister.
Dear women within Parliament and outside there, we appreciate you.
Ladies.
Basing on what the mother of Honorable Ssegirinya, the late Honorable Ssegirinya, has done. In the Holy Book of the Bible, in the book of Ecclesiastes, it is written, there is time for everything. There is time to be born and time to die. There is time to be happy and a time to be sad. However, my special message goes to the judiciary. Dear our land friends, where did your Ubuntu go? In Uganda, we know bail is not a privilege. It is a right. But these days we hear you are working under decrees. Where did your Ubuntu go? Lastly, Right Honorable Speaker, we appreciate all you give to members, all whatever you give to members of Parliament. But however, as we, Parliament, we should work for free medical insurance for every Ugandan, regardless of your status. May your soul rest eternal peace.
Flavia, then Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much. Honorable, thank you very much, Madam Speaker.
Flavia, your minute is going.
Thank you. Sincere condolences to the family of the Right Honorable Ssegirinya. May God rest his soul in peace. I really want to bring to light 2 scenarios that particularly caught my attention. One was for the mother of Honorable Ssegirinya, when she wailed in court at some point, when Honorable Ssegirinya exposed his foot that had been tortured in court and was requesting to be released so that he could go and get medication. The mother wailed loudly in court, unfortunately, pleading to the magistrate to release her son so that she could go. Unfortunately, he was never released. A second scenario was when the mother wept, crying, coming to Parliament to ask the Speaker and to ask members of Parliament to intercede so that her son could be released.
Thank you.
Those 2 scenarios come to light, and I want to ask the people that are watching us right now eulogize Honorable Ssegirinya, what they think about the children of Honorable Ssegirinya and the parents of Honorable Ssegirinya. Had they been in the position of those two, what would they have done? Where do they think their kids are going to go? How do they think their kids are going to look at the children of the tortured Ssegirinyas children? Which country are we passing on, and are we passing on to our children? Honorable Ssegirinya, fight hard. May your soul rest in peace.
Thank
you very much.
Honorable Minister. You people, I don't want to get a curse when the body is not prayed for.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker and the honorable members. I rise to support the motion to pay tribute to our fallen colleague, and on behalf of the people of Chinchiz East, I convey condolences to the family, the mother, and the family of Ssegirinya, Honorable, to you, the Speaker of Parliament, and all members of Parliament, because this is our colleague, to the members of the National Unity Platform Party where he belonged, and the entire opposition, and the people of Kawempe North, whom he represented in this House. Right Honorable Speaker, Honorable Ssegirinya made his name through activism, and many of us knew him before coming to Parliament, because he was very active in the public space, and people would always say, that man might end up in the Parliament, as if he should not be in the Parliament, and indeed he came to the House. When he came to the House, he was a member of Parliament who reached out to anybody and everybody, irrespective of where you stood. For instance, he approached me and said, Honorable Baryomus, I know you from the public. I have a wife who hails from your constituency in the village of Kambuga. So I am your in-law. And yes, and we began relating as such. So we, the people of Kanungu, he was our son-in-law. He's our son-in-law, and we have lost our son. I think there are many lessons that we draw from the life of the Honorable Ssegirinya, that you can rise from a humble background and rise to any position as long as you know what you want. Because he rose through political and media activism and became a member of Parliament. I would also like to salute him for his spirit of altruism, concern for the others, because as we heard from the many eulogies and as we knew him, even when he served as a member of Parliament for a short time, but he was on the ground trying to address the concerns of the people of his constituency, and we salute him for that. Right Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Ssegirinya had an incurable medical illness even before he came to Parliament. And indeed, even before we were sworn in, he fell sick, and I think he was even hospitalized. So he came to the House when he was sick. It was unfortunate that he was imprisoned together with the Honorable Ssegirinya, Ssewanyana, rather. And I remember even his long time on remand concerned some of us. I think this is the Honorable Sarigwa or Muhammad Chivumbi, where we discussed it at some point. I also know that being in prison, it depressed him so much that at one point, he even refused to take medication until when we had to come in and counsel him as a medical doctor. So we're in touch with him, and we really feel sorry that he has died when he had not accomplished his assignment as a member of Parliament for the five years. Madam Speaker, allow me to make comments on some of the issues which have been raised in this debate. Many of them, I think we have time and space as members of Parliament to debate them, the nature of politics, human rights, all these issues. We have time to discuss them as members of Parliament. but probably allow me to speak on two issues, bail and bond. The President, the President, Yoweri Museveni, has an opinion that maybe bail should be denied on some offenses, as an opinion. But that opinion, I have heard him say, I will engage the Chief Justice to see whether maybe there can be practice directives or what. But this has not been translated into law.
Honorable
Yes.
members,
Yes.
let's listen. An opinion is not law.
Absolutely. This is what I'm saying. You
That
had your
is-
time to speak, I am now speaking. You see the problem, Madam Speaker, that we have in this country is intolerance. We should be able to listen to each other. My view may not be the same as yours, but you should give me a chance to say what I want to say. And as we move forward, Madam Speaker, we should, as members of Parliament and political leaders, promote that culture of tolerance even when our views are different. So on that issue of bail, it's an opinion that he has been holding, but if it was to be so at the end, it will come here, either through amendment of the Constitution or the laws. And I don't think any judicial officer currently is intimidated to fail to make a decision, because the law still gives judicial officers discretion to decide on matters of bail when cases are before them. So a judicial officer worth his name should be able to make a judgment, make a decision, depending on the case before him or her. And I'm sure the lawyers in this House agree. The other issue that has been raised is that maybe government and judiciary should consider maybe dropping charges against the Honorable, the co-accused, Honorable Sewanyana and the co-accused.
I think that is something that we should discuss later.
Yes, yes.
On the issues of political prisoners.
Igaro, you
Not-
nothing useful to
Well,
say.
that's what I'm saying. We take note of that request.
Take your seat, sir.
You know, that
Doctor, you finish? Switch on, switch on.
I will convey this to the Attorney General to have an engagement with the judiciary. We have taken note of that concern raised by the members of Parliament.
I think we
Lastly,
should also have a date when we shall
Absolutely.
discuss the issue of the political prisoners.
Okay.
Let's have a date and
We shall have a
discuss.
debate on even whether that terminology is correct of political prisoners. But that will be for another day. Lastly, Madam Speaker, like I said, the Honorable Ssegirinya had a wife from my constituency. I am not very sure of the children the wife has, but I also, as a member of Parliament for Chinchills East, take up one of the children,
Thank you, thank
for
you,
support the child for her his or her
thank
education.
you, thank you.
I thank you very much. May
Thank
his soul
you.
rest in eternal peace.
Thank you so much. Honorable members, Honorable Ssegirinya has fought a good fight, and Ssegirinya Mohammed, Mr. Update, he has served humanity. He has been there for everybody, and he rose from grace to grace. If he tells you how he came from Masaka, how he boarded a Matoke truck, you will not believe it. Ssegirinya has come from very far, but we must thank God that he at least achieved what he wanted. And his humility speaks volumes. How we could learn, if we could learn something from the late Ssegirinya, it would make a change in all of us. When you hear that within those few months that he made an impact in Kawempe, he made an impact in his community, he made an impact in this country, then you must learn something. I want to put a question. Yes. Honorable members, and you're Muslim. You are the same person who is going to blame me for delaying with the body here.
Right, Honorable Speaker, that swallow for Janais is performed as long as the body has come anytime. So it is not delayed. May I make the amendment, ma'am?
What amendment?
May I make the amendment, ma'am?
Yes.
May I make the amendment?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. Well, Right Honorable Speaker, I sincerely appreciate your concern that when you persuaded members to contribute, we spoke in tongues outside. Well, I appreciate that.
Actually, attacking me.
Yes, I appreciate your concern, and it's regrettable. Right Honorable Speaker, Honorable Ssegirinya has served here 4 years. The difference between him and the Right Honorable Oulanya is that he had served here for several years, and therefore his package was big as a person. And as a Right Honorable Speaker, he also had an entitlement as a fallen Speaker of Parliament. Honorable Ssegirinya has only been here for 4 years, did not even have time to invest for his family. You can imagine the burden that the family is going to have. I've calculated, Right Honorable Speaker, if each one of us here sacrificed only 300,000 shillings, the family would collect 150 million shillings, which is good enough for them to be able to invest. I therefore would like to persuade my colleagues that we amend the motion to include that members of Parliament, each one of them, of us, contributes 300,000 shillings as a package to help the family of Honorable Ssegirinya. I submit.
Honorable members, is that seconded? No, you sit. 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 I want secondment from this side. Seconded by Honorable Bariomusi, by Honorable Bahati, by the Imam, by Ibanda, by Bunyora Fayaz, by Honorable Uda, Honorable Balam, Honorable Gabriel, Honorable Minister Okasai, Rose, by the whole NRM side. So we are making a motion, and clerk should take note of this. Okay, I want to see those from this side also. Yes, I want to see the leader of opposition, the cow. Honorable Duru is not supporting. You better convince Honorable Duru to support, because I don't want to be taken to court. Supported by Hassan, by Honorable Chivumbi, by Honorable Asumani, by Honorable Abudu, by Honorable Seungu, by Honorable Elijah, Honorable Zake, Hildaman, Ethel, Madam Teacher, by the whole opposition. We are amending that one and all the independents. Yes.
Right Honorable Speaker, I concede to the amendment.
Thank you. Those in favor of the amendment say on the contrary nay. The ayes have it. I now put a question that that Parliament pays a glowing tribute to the late Honorable Ssegirinya Mohammed, a former member of Parliament of Kawempe Division North, and the tribute with amendment of payment of 300,000 per deduction per member of Parliament, as passed in the resolution here. Those in favor say on the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Anthems in reverse order. May we please rise? please remain standing as the casket leaves the chamber. You may resume your seats.
Honorable members, the parliamentary Muslim community would want to say a prayer for 1 minute outside there. We'll now adjourn the house, and I will request that only the sectoral committees will be sitting during this period, and we adjourn the house to 21st January.